Have you ever thought about paradise? What if it wasn't just some far-off place, but a totally new reality? You know, a world with absolutely no death, no decay, and zero fear. Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into a really fascinating cosmology that talks about exactly that, a brand new, truly eternal world. So, let's get right into it.
Here's our roadmap. First up, we'll look at what this source material calls the fundamental problem with our world, even at its very best. Then, we'll see why the traditional idea of heaven might not be the perfect answer either. After that, we're going to explore what a true paradise could be, who's making it happen, and the story behind the mysterious 108 souls who are at the very heart of this incredible cosmic plan.
So, let's begin with an idea that might just change how you see everything around you. The material we're looking at today suggests there's a fundamental truth about our planet, and it doesn't matter what age or era we're talking about.
Okay, so on the screen you can see this huge contrast, right? You've got the Golden Age, a time of high purity, super long lifespans, and then there's our current Dark Age. But here's the kicker, the real twist. According to this cosmology, they both share the exact same label. They're both part of the Mrityulokam, which translates to the world of death.
So what does Mrityulokam actually mean? It's defined as a world of life and death. It's a realm where everything, and I mean everything, no matter how beautiful or how long it lasts, is temporary. Every single existence here is bookended by a beginning and an end. That's just its basic, unchangeable nature.
And this is what really drives the point home. The source material makes it super clear that even the most powerful divine beings who have come in the past couldn't change this fundamental reality. Yeah, they could make things better for a time, but they couldn't turn this world of death into a permanent, immortal world. The rule of mortality was, well, absolute.
Okay, so if Earth is fundamentally a world of death, what about heaven? I mean, that's the perfect afterlife, right? Well, this is where this cosmology gets really interesting, because it argues that even our traditional idea of heaven has some pretty big flaws.
This quote from Scripture is pretty powerful. Just think about it. Indra, the king of the gods himself, the ruler of heaven, was living in constant fear of being invaded. I mean, a paradise that's filled with fear, that's not really a paradise at all, is it?
So here's the bottom line. Indra's heaven, even though it's on a higher plane, is still imperfect. It's a place defined by constant fear and the never-ending threat of invasion. And what that really means is that it's fundamentally impermanent. It's a step up, for sure, but it is absolutely not the ultimate, eternal, and truly peaceful paradise.
And that brings us to the very heart of what we're talking about today, the solution. If our world is temporary and the traditional heaven isn't perfect, then what does a true heaven actually look like? This is where a completely new concept comes into play. The true heaven proposed here is called the Behad Param Maha Amarlok, and trust me, every single part of that name is crucial. Behad means unlimited. Param is supreme. Maha means great. Amar means immortal, and Lokam is world. So when you put it all together, we're talking about the unlimited, supreme, great, immortal world. It's a reality that's just beyond anything we can currently comprehend.
So what is a world like this even made of? Well, it's not earth, water, or fire, like our world. The source calls it the supreme elements. These are described as being more subtle than subtle, and are basically the same thing as Amrita, the legendary nectar of immortality. So the very substance, the very fabric of this new world is immortality itself.
And because of what it's made of, you get these absolutely incredible qualities. In this supreme paradise, nothing ever decays or gets old. There is literally no concept of death. And of course, if there's no death and no threat, there is no fear. It's described as a completely new and wonderful world, one that fixes the core problems of both our world and even Indra's heaven.
A world like that, it sounds incredible, right? But the big question is, how does it even come into being? I mean, who is the architect behind such a massive, monumental creation? And that leads us to the divine plan.
The source material is crystal clear on this point. This new immortal world will be established by one single entity, the Almighty Authority, who is also referred to as the Supreme Father, Paramatma. Its creation is a direct act of the ultimate divine power.
But, and this is really important, the Almighty Authority doesn't act alone. This divine plan involves a very specific, select group of souls who are absolutely instrumental in this creation. They are the key players.
108.
You've probably seen this number before, right? It's considered sacred in so many spiritual traditions. And in this particular cosmology, it has a very specific and incredibly powerful meaning.
So the number 108 stands for the Mahashakti Beej Rupi Atmalu, which means the 108 most powerful seed form souls. The best way to think of them is like cosmic seeds, from which this entire new reality is going to grow. They are the absolute foundation of everything that's to come.
And here's their crucial role. The Almighty Authority establishes the supreme immortal world through them. They basically act as the channels, the instruments for this divine will. And the analogy used to describe this is just beautiful. They're symbolic of the 108 beads on a prayer mala, where each and every bead is a vital part of a divine, interconnected whole.
So all of this brings us to one final, really thought-provoking question. If the Supreme Being is the architect, and these 108 souls are the direct instruments, what is humanity's role in the establishment of this new immortal world? Where do we fit in? It's a powerful idea to think about. Thanks for joining me on this journey.